Hello everyone, welcome to Telangana Exam Center. Today we'll be talking about an important model question and answer with respect to urbanization. Urbanization is a very important topic for both Group 1 and Group 2. It is there, and urbanization related questions will definitely come in the examination because India is moving towards urbanization only. Means the areas which are now rural areas and have the characteristics of rural areas, slowly they are transferring into urban areas. Okay, then slowly they will lead to what? Urban areas, and when this becomes very larger and more important features of the cities will be included in that, it will become a city, then it will become metropolis, then it will become cosmopolitization. Okay, but basically we are in this particular stage of development of our areas. So many of the rural areas has now been transformed into what? Towns and cities. So this is only called as urbanization. The features of urbanization, if you want to imagine, okay, just imagine the Hyderabad city, how the people are here. Okay, with regard to the community related aspects, okay, we don't discriminate people here anytime. You might be aware of this fact. Who is living beside you, ST, ST, Muslim, whatever it is, you hardly consider it. No discrimination in opportunities, no discrimination we do with regard to the status. Basically we forge in urban areas, we forge functional relationship till our work is done, and the work is being given or being done by anybody else, we are very happy with it. So this is one point. If you see our Hyderabad city, you will see a lot of places of leisure, entertainment, okay, amusement. So this is one part which you cannot see in the rural areas. In the cities also, if you see, you will having what? N number of opportunities. In rural areas, a cook will not get any opportunity, but the same cook, if it comes to the city, will get new employment avenues. You can say new employment opportunities. A driver, the person who know how to drive a four-wheeler will not have any kind of income in the rural areas, okay, whereas in the cities they will be hired as a driver. Remember this point. And with regard to the division of labor also, in the rural areas a carpenter will be, a electrician will be, a plumber, etc. So division of labor will not be there, one labor will do all the work. But in the city, mobile repair person will not do laptop, will not do audio systems, etc. Everyone, we are having a category of group of people who actually give a particular service. These are some of the important turnarounds, or you can say the transforming things that has been observed, okay, in the rural areas over a period of time. So as said very clearly that rural areas are rapidly becoming what? Urban, and later on they will become urban. So that is the process which we are seeing now. Now let us see the question here. Does urbanization lead to more segregation or marginalization of poor in the Indian metropolises? Urbanization, whatever the process of rural to urban to urban we are seeing, no, it is actually creating one class of citizen, okay, which are poor, which are poor, and leading to more marginalization of poor. Means the divide between have and have nots is increasing. Okay, though we are India is transforming from rural to urban to urban, okay, this kind of transformations we are seeing, progression we are seeing. But what we are also observing, there is a greater divide is happening between have and have nots. It is again increasing this much, will again increase this much over a period of time. So as a person of like administrator of a particular area, in your opinion, what steps you will take to address this issue? That could be a question. Then urbanization obviously offer expanding opportunities. So you will get more opportunities, like I'm teaching now. I can also do some other work as a part-time. I can become a graphic designer. I can become a counselor. So just understand the point here. Urbanization does really offer lots of expanding opportunities, but it is also giving us lot of deeper divides between poor and non-poor. You can see in the urban areas, you will find one area very poor, another area you will find slum, but this area you can see that it is improving. It will have electricity, it will have pakka roads, okay, there is no cut of electricity in this area, and you will see all the cars, you will see caves here, discos here, pubs here, you will see this area very well developed. Though the complete area is urban area only, some part of the area you will see completely disoriented when compared to other part. This is what is leading to urbanization. Urbanization is non-inclusive at this point of time, is not bringing the same benefits as one section of the society is enjoying in the urban area. So it is non-inclusive. it is non just, okay, and it is non, what I say is that non distribution, non distribution of resources equally. This is all leading to deeper divides between urban areas with regard to one section and another section of the society. So as a administrator, again, suggest some measures to improve the socio-economic conditions of urban population. This is our question. Before going into the discussion, these are the courses that we are offering. So you can contact to this number and you can take the details. Paper 4 will be completely covered, paper 5, paper 6 and general essay. This 4 will be there, and these are the features of the particular this particular course. And you are having only test series this much, classes and test series this much. And if you're opting for only 2 subjects, okay, out of 4, this much. If you're opting for all the subjects along with the current affair, etc., so and so forth, is very specialized, exclusive, okay, one-to-one, complete guidance, complete mentorship, complete evaluation, complete concept clarity we will give you. It's not a, if you join this course, it's not a standard, it's not a standard course for every students who is joining it. It's not like 100 people will join and we'll be giving them a standard model question answer, a standard way of what procedure of learning to them. It is not at all like that. The fees are kept in order to ensure that there should be one-to-one, maximum 2 will be there. Okay, then along with that, every week 3 to 4 sessions will be there on the master class. Master class is nothing but where group discussions will happen among the students. With that, what will happen, somebody will study Sakshi, somebody will study Hindu and Indian Express, etc. So with that, what happen, the ideas and the information exchange will happen among the students. So we'll also have a group and they can also talk about challenges, etc., and take a note of it. So with that, a full-fledged complete concentration will be there on each and every individual. The course is only for one-to-one only, maximum 2 people will be there in the session, but in the group classes you will enjoy a lot, you will learn a lot with regard to what is happening. It is completely general essay oriented master classes will be there. Whatever we discuss in the group classes, okay, on the basis of that only you have to write a general essay which will be evaluated to you. Okay, so a kind of brainstorming, you can say, okay, that will really work out for the students who wanted to quick learn all of this and want to score high. This is for with regard to Telangana. Then you also have UPSC main test series, GS paper 3 and general essay. Only 2 papers will offer and the same number you have to contact, and these are the important features of this particular course, UPSC main test series for 2024 and 2025. Apart from that, I am personally dealing with PSIR optional and ACE 350 plus marks. Is a wonderful opportunity. These are the important features of this course. You can call to the same number and connect to me and have a demo with me, and also give me some issues that you are having so that we will solve it together. And definitely I will be giving you a very good roadmap that will help you out in cracking the examination at ease. So now let us start our discussion of urbanization. So very beautifully written. Urbanization is intrinsic to the development. Obviously, when the areas are moving from rural to urban to urban, this is how we will perceive the development. So urbanization means it is intrinsic. It has to be there. It is a characteristic, you can say, an attribute of development only. It often serves as a major driver of economic growth. Now here I have used one technical sentence that urbanization is one of the driver of economic growth. But if I don't justify that particular statement with a content or a data, then it is not going to help you out in the examination. When you are writing generally, that is fine. See, if I say that I am a good human being, or if I am like not wearing the traditional dress and wearing the jeans and t-shirt, just imagine a point. It does not mean anything, but for your information I am telling you, if I move from, okay, from wearing like dhoti, kurta or pajama, whatever, to the modern dress like jeans and t-shirt, then just by looking a person you will see, no, okay, he is modern, he or she is modern. Now if I tell that I study well, when I use this particular thing, I study well, now tell me, you require the proof of it or not? Yes, you require the proof. Then I have to show you the memos, the marks memos of my academics. So that is the reason when you are telling something normally, that is fine. But when you are using something to technicalities, when you are using factual things you are using, then it is important for you to support that statement with a fact. So that is what I have done. According to Niti Aayog, our cities just occupy 3% of national land, but their contribution to the GDP is whopping 60%. So this is a fact. It means urbanization really is a major driver of economic growth of the country. As India is reaching tipping point of transitioning from a mostly rural to the urban society, which I have discussed in the introduction, the focus must be on ensuring the best opportunities for economic growth for all sections of society. I have given you an example where one section is segregated or marginalized and other sections are happily enjoying the benefits of urbanization. This should not be there. So as India is going from rural to urban to urban, everything is going well, but we have to ensure that the economic growth, the urban areas, whatever the GDP they are producing, it should benefit to all sections of society. It's a matter of concern that despite huge investments, our cities still face many efficiencies and sustainability related challenges. None of our cities feature among top 50 in the many global rankings. Delhi has featured in the list of world best cities for 2021, and it is the only city that is there under the 100 across the world. So you can just imagine a city which is ranked like all the city of our country is not even there in top 50. So just imagine that we have to work on sustainability, we have to work on creating more employment opportunity, we have to work on creating more gender equality, we have to work on creating more inclusive society where everyone is moving towards welfareism. So this is what we are talking about. If our city is not listed in top 10, then it means what? We have to do lot of work. That is one of the proof that urbanization, what we are experiencing in our country, is not the desired one, not the ideal one. So that is what we have written in the paragraph in the introduction. Now, prevalent issue of urbanization leading to deepened inequalities. Let us see this. Economic inequality. Inequality within cities have economic inequalities are there. Spatial is nothing but one area is developed, another area is not developed. Economic means one class of citizens are high earners, other class of citizens are completely living in slums. Social dimensions are still there. Society also demoral, discourage, discriminate the people who are not so good looking, not so coming from a good family, not wearing good attire. Generally, just understand a point. You got it, two employees, one is wearing Paragon and not having so better clothing, another is wearing what you say is that better clothing, better shoes, etc. As an employer, who you will choose? Both are having equal skill, both are having equal skill. So your answer will be what? Definitely you are choosing the person who is well groomed or not. Yes. So they also suffer from these social dimensions. Economically, if we see, inequality is generally greater in urban areas than in rural areas. The Gini coefficient. So when I am talking about inequality again and saying that this urban area is having more inequality than the rural areas, if I am taking saying all these sentences, then we have to prove it or not. Yes, that's why I have written this. Okay, the Gini coefficient of income inequality is higher in urban areas than in rural areas. In 36 out of 42 countries with database taken by UNDESA. Okay, so I have proved here. Rural and urban inequality, if you see, large cities are generally richer but are more unequal than smaller cities. For that I have given one important fact from the PIB which has been released in April 2023. The per capita net value added from rural and urban areas was 40,000, 98,000. Now just understand, rural area is adding only 40,000, urban area is adding almost like 100,000. So it means what? In per capita net value added is in urban area is double of what? Rural area. So greater divides of urban and rural we are able to see. Means urbanization is not leading to any spillover effects in rural areas, which should be an ideal one. Okay, the opportunities that cities bring are unevenly distributed in space, preventing entire neighborhoods and group of population from accessing proper healthcare, good schools, sanitation, piped water. That is what I have told you. One section is completely devoid of all of this. One section is completely having all of this. This is what is leading to lot of inequality. And this, if this is the urban area, the spillover effects are also not going well with regard to the neighborhoods. This urbanization, whatever we are now seeing, is basically restricted to, it has been known or it has been seen as a fact that restricted to only one section of society, only one class of society, only one area of society. Okay, it means what? It is non-inclusive. Slums are the most notable extreme of the spatial concentration of urban poverty and disadvantage. So in a city, if you see a slum, the slum is existing for next 50 years. Then why is it? It means the city is growing, the GDP of the city is growing, the people are earning more, jumping the jobs, getting high income salaries, everything is going on well, getting more discos, getting more amusement parks, getting more malls, everything is happening. But are you seeing the slum? Same place, okay, same to same like that for a long period of time. It means what? One section is completely getting very well developed, okay, in the urban areas. Other area are just left like that. They have been left with urban poverty. They are jiggling with regard to the basic necessities and has been disadvantaged in the society. Effect of globalization. Globalization seen as a master stroke, my dear students, for rapid economic growth and improved lifestyles. But what happened because of this LPG 1991 reforms? Most of the countries prefer to establish their companies in the urban areas only, without bringing any significant balanced regional development. Uncontrolled urban growth is also one of the important problem with regard to urbanization. The uncontrolled growth of many cities have resulted in inadequate provision of public services, nothing but basic necessities, and failure to guarantee a minimum quality of life for all the urban residents. More and more people are coming to the urban area because of lot of push and pull factors. You might be aware of this fact also. But this uncontrolled growth, whatever we are seeing, leading to what? Making the very stressful, not a hassle-free life for the urban citizens, not able to fulfill their basic necessities. The moment summer comes, water tankers are coming to the all the apartments. That is how the things have becoming. The current speed of urbanization in developing countries make urban governance, adequate planning increasingly urgent. As cities grow, inequality is likely to increase even more unless we implement the policies to address it. Okay, then lack of urban financing is also one of the problem, dear students. That is why urbanization is leading to more deepened divides. Urban financing predominantly comes from the government only in our country. Of the finances needed to fund our urban expenditure, 48, 24, 15% are derived from central, state and city governments only. Public-private partnerships are hardly 3% and commercial debts are hardly 2%. So it's just imagine the private sector is hardly interested in order to do something for the urbanization, build amenities and build public services. Every expenditure in the urban areas is coming from what? Government of state and center and the city. So these are the prevalent issues. Okay, these are enough for your answer rating. No need for more. Now the third part of the question that we have to go is how you can address this issue. Strategy to address the aforesaid should, the first one is technocentric society. With the digital infrastructure, digital access and digital literacy is integrated in urban lifestyle. As a urban person, you are well aware of the digital infrastructure is very well placed. You will get 5G, 6G, whatever you want. You have the digital access anywhere in the city, you will be able to access. You have the digital literacy. So this is the characteristic of urban people, urban lifestyle. They have all the things related to our technology. So we have to leverage this technology. It will not only improve mental well-being of the people. They don't have to go to the administrative offices to get the job done. They can happily do it from the phone, do it from the mobile. That will easily help them to be more productive and also relieve them from mental stress. Obviously they will not drive the vehicles. Okay, to if they are doing an online payment, is doing on online, application is doing, everything is online. So less environmental pressure because they are not riding the bike, no CO2 emissions in the atmosphere. But that's how it ensures sustainable urbanization. Towards this, smart city mission, T-Wallet, E-Seva, Me-Seva are some of the examples government have initiated to make the urban areas as a technocentric. Then land and property rights, very important, very congestial and very unplanned urbanization growth is happening. For that purpose, to address the spatial, economic and social aspects of urban divide and to promote inclusive urbanization where the people who are coming from outside or with the way the people are increasing in the urban areas, we need to provide them shelter. So in order to promote inclusive urbanization, including in rapidly growing cities, property rights, paying particular attention to a security of tenure for the people living in the poverty are important. Example, land regularization program of Telangana, we call it as LRS. land regularization scheme has been initiated to address the same. Then affordable housing to ensure improved availability of affordable housing, the central government has got PM Awas Yojana, and to improve the infrastructure, we got PM Gati scheme, and the basic services we got in the form of Jal Jeevan Mission or Mission Bhagirath. Access to these services I have written here will able to are the key to spatial connectivity and economic inclusion. Transportation is one of the important area of economic inclusion. Remember this point. Then facilitated access to education, Samagra Siksha, model schools, and decent employment for all urban citizens need to be ensured in the form of, we already have Manrega, we should have a urban Manrega also. If not that, Mudra schemes to be extended, okay, with a less amount of submission of the documents. Okay. So for facilitating education, DTH channels, PM Vidya, massive online open courses, all these digital, or you can say that e-education has been introduced by the government of India. Okay, so these are some of the issues that the solutions and the strategy that you can address the following issues. Empower the city governments and the people at large is the second point, and the final point also. In the National Task Force that reviewed the 74th Constitution Amendment Act, it was chaired by KC Siva Ramakrishnan. Okay, so city governments have to be ensured. As I was talking in the challenges that urban financing is a problem, no, city governments are also not actually taking much part. Most of the urban financing is being done by central and state government. So here you can allow the city government to issue bonds and also fund some of the urban activities. With that, what will happen? The urban residents will get a hassle-free life, a good and improved lifestyle. For example, GSMC recently have issued a bond worth of 100 crore rupees to contribute for the outer ring road project development of Hyderabad. So very good initiative. What the chairman sir here has said, okay, recommendation, that recommendations are being followed at. Now conclusion, urbanization when properly planned and managed can reduce poverty and inequality, can improve employment opportunities and quality of life, and can give you better education and health. But when poorly planned, urbanization can lead to congestion, higher crime rate, pollution, increased levels of inequality, and social inclusion, leading to greater divides. That is how you are going to end your answer. This is all about it. Thank you. Join our courses and empower us.